I would definitely have to say that one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars franchise has got to be the character of Anakin Skywalker and also Luke Skywalker on the side. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, we are here in February, finally, right? We are now just in the last couple of weeks of filming for Episode 9 before JJ and crew head into post-production, which is where they add in all the special effects, the music, everything that actually makes the movie that we see on the big screen. So, this month is rather exciting because we are getting close to the end of filming of Episode 9. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with a moment between both Rey, Luke Skywalker, and Anakin Skywalker. Specifically, a description of a bonfire in the middle of a Jedi temple room, with Rey leaning against a wall with her staff with R2-D2 by her side. It's described that both Force ghosts of Anakin Skywalker and Luke are sitting on stone benches. Anakin's Force ghost is described to appear older, with shorter hair that appears more gray. However, still holds the Hayden Christensen appearance and look. Meanwhile, the Luke ghost in this sequence is described to appear as he did on Crate, however with no beard. Another goes over Rey closer to the fire, communicating with both Force ghosts of Anakin and Luke, with Anakin's hand on R2-D2's head. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this that are getting me very excited about this movie, when it all comes down to exactly what J.J. Abrams plans to do with Force ghosts and of course other aspects of Jedi lore and everything entering into Episode 9. So this sounds like it could very well be one of the environments that we've been hearing about for the longest time now, about an abandoned Jedi temple where Rey is actually going to have a lot of scenes with Luke Skywalker. Now, this most definitely makes sense because it matches up with what we heard before a couple of months ago, about Anakin Skywalker also having scenes with Luke in front of Rey and R2-D2. Now, this honestly sounds like a proper reunion scene between both Luke and, of course, Anakin, as we have heard about, you know, specific and similar sequences before in the past. This sounds like the most interesting of all, and sounds like that they can really get this down as far as the cinematography goes. I can only imagine it in my head right now about how amazing this is going to look once it actually is going to be completed. Now, the whole bonfire in the middle of this Jedi temple room with stone benches around it, with both Anakin and Luke sitting on those benches and actually looking at Rey leaning against the wall with her staff, where she eventually goes closer to the Force ghosts of both Luke and Anakin and starts communicating with them, where Anakin eventually reminisces with the past and touches R2-D2. It sounds like a real heartwarming moment to me. You know, not only would you have a reunion between both Luke and Anakin, but it's also a reunion between both R2-D2 and Anakin Skywalker. Now, with that being said, we do know that toward the end of this movie, there's going to be a lot of revelations, a lot of twists and turns in this film that are truly going to change our whole entire outlook on the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga, and even the Skywalker bloodline. So that's the thing that really is fascinating me so much about this movie, is exactly what is J.J. Abrams going to do with the characters of both Luke and Anakin Skywalker that'll truly change our view on the actual whole entire sequel trilogy and everything Star Wars. So with this sequence, I'm not quite sure which Jedi temple we are in. It could very well be on the planet in which is the location of the Lost City that we've been hearing about, or it could be a completely new planet for all we know. So as far as Anakin Skywalker goes, I do want to say one thing here, is that I'm a little on edge about them actually kind of modifying the Anakin character, making him a mixture between both old and young, and giving him shorter hair and making him only somewhat appear like the Hayden Christensen version. Now, we do know that they're also trying to implement the hybrid Force Ghost version of Anakin. This is not that. This is the actual real Force Ghost of Anakin Skywalker, except different. So this one actually is said to be older in design and actually has shorter hair. Now, I think the reason as to why they're doing this, and I'll say this right now, is that they don't want to make it feel too weird with the younger version of Anakin mixed with an older version of Luke Skywalker. And I can see why they would actually go down this route, because if you imagine it like this, looking at an older version of Luke, you know, beard or no beard, Luke is older, standing next to a younger version of Anakin Skywalker, it may feel a little bit out of place. Hayden Christensen basically lightly inspired, right? So with that being said, guys, what do you think about Luke and Anakin having a reunion scene in this movie? It's something that I feel that should have been explored in Episode 8 rather than later in Episode 9. However, you know, if you think about it like this, they would actually reunite in the form of Force ghosts on the big screen, and that could honestly create quite the emotional moment for a lot of the audience members going ahead to see this movie by December of 2019. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.